I played Jesse Parker's, what did he get, 43rd? His Toronto list to my local league night. I won't lie, I'm a bit of a D1 hater on decks that just throw things away. So learning this deck, not really learning, but being okay with throwing that much away on your first and second turn took some getting used to. So anyway, we'll get into the deck overview. I'm sure anyone watching this is familiar with Miraidon and its tandem unit ability. You know, you get 2 basic lightning Pokemon, put them onto your bench. Really effective, super helpful early game. Basically 2 nest balls, right? If the only ones you're wanting to get are electric type. So it's just really good. And you can do it turn after turn, late game, early game, it really does not matter. With this, you're wanting to be aggressive. You're trying to get handsy as quick as turn 2. I mean, turn 2 if you go first, turn 1 if you're going second, try to get a donk. That's really the main point of the deck, is just getting handsy as often as you can throughout the game. And you're getting handsy with Iron Hands, I should specify. And it's ampy very much. You take an extra prize card. Unbelievable. It fixes the prize mapping when it comes to that early game, and that's why you're being so aggressive. Jesse Parker's list also plays Magneton, which has an ability that works similar to the Dusk line, where it gets knocked out if you use the ability. This ability lets you attach 3 basic energy to any of your electric Pokemon. So it doesn't have to be electric energy, but it does have to be electric Pokemon. But you can put it anywhere, which is really helpful with late game trying to set up a Zekrom. The Zekrom in this list does 50 more damage for each prize card your opponent takes. So whenever you pop that Magneton, you're enabling an extra 50 damage. In my matches tonight, you gotta know what you're doing. And I'm not Jesse Parker. I didn't top 4 worlds, so I didn't really know what I was doing. But all in all, the deck it's really fun, and it's kind of a brainless deck where you're just doing the same thing. But it's really fun. I'd recommend it to anyone who wants to have a little fun. The meta feels really stale. It feels like the same things keep happening over and over again. And so for me, picking up a deck like this that just has a lot of fun, especially late into the format, I would recommend. Now we are analyzing. So round 1, as I said, I paired into an Absol box. This matchup, well, it was before I talked to Nick about what to do in this matchup, but I was kind of lost because there's no good things to hands early on besides a monkey, and they didn't start a monkey. As you'll see, I got really lucky in that they prized their Latias, and so their maneuvering was really limited. And that gave me a lot of opportunity to hit KO a lot. Turn 1, I'm going to open a Fez, and we can't be having that. So I'm going to Ultra Ball for a Squawk, and then I'll Ultra Ball for a Miraidon because I'm throwing everything away anyways. I'll grab Hands and Magnemite because I need to set up the Magnemite to power up the hands. And then I'm going to Squawk for 6 new cards. Turn 2, I'm really lucky that my opponent could not set up very well. Get a Nest Ball and grab Latias. I think Latias is the unsung hero of this deck, just because the retreating is so much, especially of the Iron Hands. If I can get Latias out once per game, I feel like I'm in a really good position. Then I'm gonna Generator because I can't pop the Magneton at the moment. Only gonna get 1. I'm gonna attach to Miraidon and then do the underrated Magnetic Charge. I see why Jesse Parker plays the 50 HP one, because the Magnetic Charge, I used it in my 3rd round as well as this round. And it's really nice whenever you can't get to the Magneton, you can just accelerate energy that way. This is all to power up Miraidon so I can hit 220 into the active, whatever it is, and then try to get a 4 prize play. I really want this 4 prize play. My opponent had another really difficult setup turn. This happens to everybody, you know. I'm gonna preemptive retreat into Miraidon. I don't know if this was smart because I don't do anything with Miraidon until I go into the active, and I don't blow up the Magneton until later. So I think waiting on the retreat just in case, because you never know what's gonna happen, would probably be a better play. Then I'm gonna hit the Carmine for a new hand. Would have liked Research. Then I get really nothing, and I'm just gonna hit 220 into the Kangaskhan and try to set up the hands next turn. They finally get to refresh their hands with the lilies, but for some reason it's still dead. Like, honestly, it's good that they bricked so hard, because this deck cannot go up against those high HP megas and hit back to back, because it's too easy for them to just knock out whatever I have in the active, and I have to start from square one. And I can only pop a Magneton to power up so many times. But anyway, I'm gonna attach to hands and research all the energy in my hand and hope I get a way to get to the Magneton, which I do, but I don't for some reason. And instead, I go for the generator play. I think this was maybe to save the Magneton to power up like Zekrom, since I'm gonna need to hit high numbers later. But it didn't even matter, because I only hit 1 on the generator. So I have to Ultra Ball for the Magneton anyway. But 4 prize turn! Finally, my opponent gets an Arven and is able to do the whole trolley and get all set up, which they're able to take on my active, the Iron Hands, but I drew Prime Catcher off my prizes. I'm just able to Prime Catcher the Fez that they put down and Miraidon Photon Blaster for the win. So I'm really lucky that they did not have time to set up, because if their engine is running how it's supposed to run, my engine can't outrun it. Their engine just has more horsepower. Game 2, I go first and I start hands, which means I have to get a Magneton online to power up the hands to start taking those early prizes. All I can do though is attach to the active hands and Carmine away my Prime Catcher and just try to set up something else. I'm only able to get another Carmine, Generator, Zekrom, Bundle, and Boss, which maybe I could have benched the Zekrom and attached, because that's a part of the plan, but after that I just decided to pass. And then my camera ran out of storage. I ended up losing that game, and I discovered that I prized both Magnetons, so I was just kind of screwed from the beginning. My final match was against a Pidgeot Control. I'm not going to go over that. Pidgeot Control has a special place in hell. If there's a deck that hard counters Pidgeot Control, leave a comment down below, let me know. We're running out of time. I don't want to get on a tangent with this Pidgeot Control. It's not my favorite deck in the whole world, if you want to say that. I have nothing else nice to say, so I'm not going to say it at all. As always, thank you for watching. Throw down a sub for me if you would. Like it if you liked the video. And as always, thank you.